Welcome to the Esoteric Ebb. We are picking up where you left off with our campaign here, our like bruiser wizard, like the high strength, high intelligence wizard, and we're just kind of make it out of the actual lair where we woke up this episode and see something about the larger world. We should be ready to go here shortly. Last time, if you remember, we had an encounter with this zombie that didn't go well. Being unable to attack it or do anything with it in any kind of combat situation. So I don't know. I'd really like to get that sword back there. I would have thought with our strength and kind of just raw ability that we would have been able to achieve something that combat. You know, we could have best that thing in combat and done something with it. But maybe we need to find our turn undead or do something else and then come back to this. So I'm willing to move on for now rather than just like throw myself at it. But I want to come back definitely and check this out. And I don't think this is the last time we'll have opportunity to do so. At least I hope not. So we've done everything we can here. Let's go ahead and take off and see the outside world. Why is my stuff stuck on the screen? Oh, there it is. I know you could just run around with that on. And now. What's this? And dentistry is scratched out. Not bad. The foreman stands by his ideals with gut and little else will push. A push will earn his respect. This is his way. He knows he is privileged and he hates it. His ideal clashes with his blood. Interesting. Sounds like somebody we should at least try to talk to. Let me see what else is right here. On the amphitheater scene, you see a number of dwarves hard at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright green flag. The banner of Asgal, the Fool. One of the dwarves stands to face you with a furrowed brow. He appears to be in a staring contest with an orc on the other side of the theater. Boy, Mr. City Man, he calls out as you approach. We've made it clear already, we're not moving, not one bit. It's no way to greet the cleric of Norvik. What's going on here? Just working. The boys will be done soon enough. You hear the other doors laughing behind him. Nothing illegal going on here. Nothing at all. Wait, that must mean he's doing something highly illegal. Stop him. Nothing illegal, huh? We have papers. Nothing illegal at all. They are both guilty and innocent, just like you. One of the older dwarves spits on the ground next to him. You even know who you're talking to, child. This here be Alphaz of the Ban Embers, a foreman in the Asgalist movement of Norvik. He's done more good than all of you Uthgard combined. A true speaker for Asgal. Okay, sure. I have some questions for you lads. Yeah, I'm all ears, he gives the older dwarf this stink eye. Don't mention the whole noble thing. It'll just piss him off, unless you want that. Yeah. So you boys setting up a play or something? A play? Spits on the ground. We're running a rally for the cause. This evening, workers across Stolstad will gather here to hear the word of Asgal. He turns to the orc, and no one's going to stop it. You hear laughing coming from across the theater. Papers, Alphaz. He grumbles and turns back to you. So, what do you want? What's the problem here? He shakes his head. Where do you even begin? So, it is forenoon. I get the lads together, and when we arrive, that accursed woman is standing here. The dwarf shudders. She starts complaining. He reaches something in his pocket and takes out some documents. We show her the papers. And the papers are no good, she says. Bah. Circle square conflict has been added. Real convenient, I say. No, there is nothing wrong with these papers. We are the rights to speak out against the tyrants and burghers. Burghers, bourgeois, the craftsmen, merchants, and notably higher standing citizens in comparison to those of rural roots. Check the paper. Surely the dwarves have screwed up somewhere. So she's wrong about the documents? Of course she is. She's a liar, that one. A filthy liar. Alphas, nods, and grunts. Terrible liar. Can't even get the words out. Can I see the papers? He gives his companions a glance. Why? Construct an argument as to why you should get the papers. Absolutely, I do. Come on, man. Oh, even before I got it? Yeah. Just tell them you're an expert, that you're on their side. I'm an expert. Are you now? Yes. And also, I'm on your side. He repeats louder. Are you now? Now hit him with, I'm your best shot at getting out of this. The dwarf grumbles. His eyes go from you to the orc behind you. Fine. Dwarf sighs and grabs something out of his pocket. Gain the PPG documents. He hands over the scroll. I trust you with these documents, city man. Do not break the dwarf's trust. Do not. No matter how handsome that orc is. Do not. Tell us we're in the wrong, I dare you. Because we're not. The older dwarf joins in. Take a step back and check it out. Let's see what's actually going on here. You can examine certain items in your inventory. Access the dialogues. Okay, I'll take a look. Nope. Examine them. Interesting that they are permission of public gathering. It contains a lot of legal nonsense, making it difficult to parse. -1 intelligence, -1 wisdom. Even just having it on your person. All right, examine. It's quite light, some kind of magazine paper. Unrolling it reveals a short statement about a political rally at the Circle Square. Permission of the public gathering accepted, it says in big letters at the bottom, followed by a signature, Stolstad Magistrate Nicholas Darrow. The actual text uses an archaic and typically bureaucratic writing style. Examine it indeed. You know what, let's do this. Have I seen this kind of document before? Yes, and often. But with your scribing duty, you sign these a number of times. All right, DC5, examine in detail. Come on, man. All right, thank goodness. You scan the text again, checking for spelling, phrasing, and terminology. It's perfect, not a single error, except the date. It says their rally is supposed to be held on the 16th. The document is perfectly legal, but it's expired. Look at the dates. Yeah, it's expired. I don't like it. No, how come? Because it's a legal document? Duh. Seems off. Look at the dates. Yeah, it's expired. Cool document. It is not a cool document. Stop looking and leave. All right. Yeah. About nobleman, huh? Ah, in the old country, yeah. That doesn't matter here. I'm just a foreman of the Tolstad district. Foreman? I worked my whole life for the movement. I've earned my title. Tell me about yourself. Tell me more about yourself. Why? What? Why are you asking about me? I'm interested in you and your backstory. And why should I tell you anything? Who doesn't want to talk about themselves? He raises a hand. About the rally. About it. So what's this rally about exactly? Guilds? For decades, there have been collective bargaining between the working workers and the city guilds. Say what you want about the Earth, but he kept a tight leash on the upper class of the city. Blessed be his name. Yeah, but look, it ain't the same since his death. The Free Striders have burrowed into every darn power structure, from paper boys to bookbinders. The new way. People in the East have overthrown the old wizards and gods. For years, the revolution slowly creeped in the city. Now it's time to join the free cities and get rich. In less than a dozen years, salaries have stagnated and prices have gone up. They said the Free Striderism would make the city rich. I say it makes poor people. We need change. So you're to convince a bunch of Tolstad workers to vote for the Asgulus party. More or less, yeah. But it's also about the spirit of community. Together we can fight against the purchasers of our labor. Alone we're as brittle as a twig, and the Theodor pipes up, a twig in the wind. No, that's not good enough. A twig in a fireplace? He points at you. That's good. I like it. Anyway, the rally will be a success. We just need to get rid of that work. So we can call out to all workers of this magnificent city. Vote with your guts. With your manhood at stake. You too, Mr. City Man. It's a bit macabre to hold a rally on top of a morgue. He grumbles himself, glances to the Lich House stairs. I thought it was a dentist. Fair assessment. No matter, the Asgard movement is not afraid of death. You hear laughter from the behind you. Big words, Alphaz. Dwarf grits his teeth. Damn work. I checked the papers. Takes a deep breath. Okay, what did you find out, City Man? Yeah, these papers expired last week. He takes the papers and shakes his head. I know, but the date is just a mistake, you see. Personally had this signed by the magistrate 2 days ago, after the supposed expiry date. I, as government position by this large patriarch, chosen to rule the district in over 10 to 12 years, depending on their bloodline. You should have checked it more carefully. I did, when I turned in the application. This error only appeared on the document I got back. I'm not at fault here. Bah, he sorts in the amphitheater. It doesn't matter. Whether Darrow fucked us or not, we're here. They can't make us leave. He gives you a menacing glare, and I hope for your sake you're not sorry. You're not the sorry lad that she's hired to do the deed. I'm the dispenser of justice. Good. Then tell that orc free fucker to leave us be. He spits on the ground. Fan's cap. A dwarven word meaning something along the lines of devilry, common curse word. What about Asgol? Everyone knows Asgol is some dwarven demigod or some controversial leader. Who is he? He's taken aback by your question. He's Asgol the Great, the kind, our liberator. His legacy is flawed and complicated as his message. Born at the beginning of the Divine Era, he is a disputed demigod and warlord of the revolutionary Dwarven Legions. Never heard of him. Ah, so he's a big deal? Big deal, shakes his head. He was a man, a dwarf with a conviction to break the tyranny of kings. We are here as keepers of his legacy. I gotta ask though, is this a religion? Most certainly not. He scoffs in your general direction. Is it a cult? I don't know you've been talking to, Mr. City Man, but let you sure Asgol was no god or demigod or anything related to it. He was a simple man with a dream of fair and just society. Have fun. Folk level 4 fighter. Traveler, she's not settled here. Her belief is weak. She does not use it. Her religion is power. Is she evil? No. Perhaps an arbitrary arm of an institution, but no mere puppet. Interesting. Okay. The edge of a ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on one of the many loosened stone blocks. It looks like she's waiting for something or someone. Exuding an air of authority around her, the large woman gives you a wry smile. Her tusks are gleaming. What's this? Not often we get Earthguard around here. She presents her palm to you. Vera is my name. I am second command guild agent of Tolstad. Nice to meet you. Yes, the handsome work lady wants you to say a name. Make sure she knows you are a cleric. The showing of the palm is a casual cultural greeting and reads. One of the 8 bands along the coast is the temperate land of lowland and many lakes, commonly seen as the homeland of humans. Large portions are still cursed, holding entire undead cities eternally, burning valleys and floating mountains. Do not grab her hand. That's not what she wants. I'm Reagan. Hello, Reagan. She shoots you another smile, waiting patiently for you to say something. What's the deal with the dwarves? Oh, them? Complicated as anything. I wouldn't be sitting here wasting my time, my precious day, if it wasn't for them. But in short, they're holding an unlawful assembly, and they won't let me take a look at the document proving it. Not frustrating at all, she says, and winks at you. I checked the papers. They're expired. And I'm just being honest, because to me it's black and white, and I'm looking at it this way. I'm intelligence and strength. It's the strength of will and like blustering, like, in, you know, I don't know, like there, that seems to me like about order and about, you know, power. These guys didn't do what they needed to do to secure the power, which makes them fools. Number one. And number two, I kind of like, you know, I look at it this way from an intelligence standpoint, like I'm factually correct. Like they are expired. Like I'm, so the cold arbiter of justice, yeah, they're expired. They are indeed expired and invalid. Wait, they let you check the papers? Aren't you a smooth talker? If you could get them to me, that'd be quite the favor. So should I just hand her the PPG thing I got? Can I pull up my inventory? What are you talking about? With the documents in hand, she could simply hand it over to the magistrate's office and let them deal with it. It could be a good idea. I already gave it back to him. There must be another way to get rid of the dwarves. Yes, with force. Explain it to me in detail from the top. It's all just an inconvenience. These lovely Asgilists have decided by themselves to hold a rally here on this lovely little circle square. Unfortunately, they need permission of the public gathering, or PPG, and still needs to be approved by the district council. They do not have a proper PPG. And you're sitting here because... Simple, really. The dwarves are ignoring my call to disperse, so I'm here as a witness. If they do not leave by sundown, they will be fined or arrested. Why don't you just come back at sundown? I would if it wasn't for the fact that I need to witness the entirety of the trespassing. Since they were served during the morning, if they do not disperse by sundown, they will be inflicted with an entire day's worth of fines. I'd have an assistant do it, or a secretary, but we're stretched thin as it is with the election coming up. No, I'll just sit here and smile politely. Arrested by whom? That's a great question. She gives you a smug grin. You, perhaps? The monopoly on violence here on Tolstad is more of an oligopoly. Wait, one. Okay, I had to look that up. An oligopoly is a state of limited competition in which a market is shared by a small number of producers or sellers. So now we know. Okay, with that cleared up, she gives you some grin. You, perhaps the monopoly on violence here on Tolstad is more of an oligopoly. It'll be a roll of the dice to see who gets employed to handle these rude dwarves. Maybe some goblins. City of Norvik also allows us to employ mercenaries for extra legal enforcement, but the company likes to avoid that in most cases. As you can imagine, mercs tend to lack the finer touch. Typical. Someone like her doesn't understand that it takes a man to handle a situation like this. God. Does it? What should a man do in this case then? A man should put his head against the problem until it goes away, stoically. Nod and look away. I don't know that I want to be, commit myself to being the justice bearer. She laughs. Now you're acting like a true city official. She's mocking the great city of Norvik and its quirks, which is dishonorable. Sounds like trouble. Trouble will at least be exciting. This is just dull. If only I could get my hands on those PPG documents. Then I could simply hand them over to the city and go home early, or rather head back to the office and complete the draft for the marketing meetup. Sorry, I've got a lot on my plate. We need to help her. Good luck. Is there anything else, right? That's... Seems like there's something here, but I don't know. Oh, yeah. Trifle the hell out of it. Yeah. Trifle at all. What do we got? Bucket? What? I don't understand. Bucket. What, like a helmet? Classical tool engineering. It is indeed just adaptable to humanity itself. +2 strength and -2 wisdom. I guess I could, but I don't know what. I mean, what is an accessory? No, that clearly goes in my head. I don't know that I want to walk around with a bucket on my head. I mean, I'm not that, you know, I don't know if tanking my wisdom even down to like lower than it already is smart. And there's a lot going on in this game. What do we got? Behold. Travel it. Oh, let's see here. This is all items. I hope this continues to expand if I get down here. All right, let's talk to this guy again. About the rally. Spoke with Ancient Vera. What the brute say? If it's pulsing with a surge of masculinity, this might be the start of a fight if you're lucky. If you don't leave before sundown, you'll be fined and arrested. I mean, pretty nobleman like you wouldn't want to get arrested now, would you? See the anger in his glare. Are you trying to get him to punch you? Because he will do it. If he dare strike a cleric, then he will surely feel the rage of the city. Blood means nothing. I've accomplished this myself. Taunting him like this will only end in a backhanded victory if successful. A real man would face him head on instead. You're a hypocrite and a fraud, Alphaz. Shut your filthy mouth. Alphaz holds a hand out towards his men. They go silent to open his mouth. I'm warning you, cleric. You'd be nothing without mommy and daddy. Cleric, he says, the word echoing across the ear. Don't you dare. Charisma DC him and get him to punch you. It's a DC check? It's only an 8. It's only an 8. That's failure. Let's see how do you provoke a dwarf with a hierarchy complex? Maybe do anything watches intently next to you. You're really short too. There's gonna go some reason confused. Go to dwarf on the stage, gets off a shocked laugh. Sorry, lad, what? What? No, you got to say you're short. He holds that hand visually like, no, don't keep saying that. I started laughing at your statement. Keen observational skills you got, lad. He's trying to keep himself from laughing and not very well. If you're calling a dwarf short, it's not an insult. The fact that you think about it, it's actually a term of endearment. You're short. He can't keep himself. He starts bowing the louder. His tears start to form in his eyes. We don't keep doing it then. The gaggled doors are holding their sides. He keeps saying it. Please, Mr. City, no more. For fuck's sake, you're short. Look sad. They fall to the ground cackling and have to be heard across the pillar road. As long time passes, the doors keep laughing their asses off. But eventually, they collect themselves among the occasional relapse and snicker. Oh, good God, it's one of the mutters between chuckles. Alphonse comes up to you, wiping his eyes with his handkerchief. Thank you for that, Mr. Cleric City Man. That was wonderful. Been a long time since me and the boys had such a fun time. I get that you're trying to get us to leave and all, but look, it's not that simple. Your feelings made them like you more. He's not even pissed anymore. Fucking hate dwarves. I'm sorry, Alphonse, but it is best. It's best for you to leave this place. The other doors start grumbling amongst themselves. Hey, he says, leaning, what do you expect me to do, huh? The boys are counting on me. Wisdom 10. Show him why it's in his best interest to leave. Ugh. Osgo would be proud. Let deal with themselves. Show him why it's in his best interest to leave. I mean, I have advantage. Double threes? What is wrong with this? Come on, man. You search the possible things you could say to narrow it down. The door's a complete asshole, and you should treat him as such. No kitty gloves, no time for big words. Are you saying something, Cleric? He can't see your face. You're wearing a damn bucket on your head, idiot. I've said it once, I'll say it again. We're not leaving. Staying is useless. Those are your words, but to me, it means everything. Yeah, I'm gonna use a shard. Yeah, you know what? Double threes? Double threes? Man, I can't roll for shit. I'm sorry, I don't mean to like... Please leave. Dwarves laugh. Said big words. Said it once, I'll say it again, we're not leaving. And I've used my shard for that. Haskell would be proud. Don't do it. He knows you have his back. Can I charm? I can charm person this guy. His expression shifts. Give us an appearance of a genuine smile on his weather-bitten face. The charm worked. Well, Mr. City Man. He does a little playful jab in your direction. Beat up any bad guys, have you? His man goes over to him, concerned. Little door speak. Alpha, is you okay? Never been better, exclaims the wide grid. Anything I can do for you, City Man? What are your real intentions here? You have like a secret reason for being here? I suppose, he leans in. I'm here to prove myself to my men. I'm not too good at all with this politics bullshit, so I've brought what I can, my big mouth. Tell me what you know about the tea shop. Blew up. Like some of us were regulars, a few official events and not so official meetups, mostly to interface with the young human crowd. Those teenagers sure love their tea, but I know nothing about the explosion, swear on it. What about? He holds up a calloused hand later. We're busy now, so if you wish the information, you help us out, will you? He's clearly not as thick as he appears. Are you good as Gallus? Yes, I believe so. You and your men need to leave the circle square. Oh, well, Are you sure that's a good idea? Yes, trust me. I am trustworthy. Of course you are, Mr. City Man, and I do trust you, but we've been screwed over here. It is really... You see thoughts starting to swirl behind the door's dark eyes. Your magic dings into his skull, making your words seem more reasonable. Digs into his skull, making your words seem more reasonable. Gain experience. Also, I like the fact that if I can't solve my problems with violence, I'll solve them with magic, which goes exactly what my character's about. He turns to his companions and raises hands. Boys, we're leaving. Disgruntled as they are, none of them complain too much when they pack up their tools and grab the green banner. Before setting off, Alphonse gives you a stern look. You're a strange one, Mr. City Man. The magic will wear off in a bit. He'll be pissed at that point. You have to deal with that later. You know what? I will deal with it later, because I saved him from getting fined. He was not obeying the law, and I moved him off peacefully. Without... Hey, can I grab that hammer? I think I got rid of him. Phew, let's go talk to York again. And off and leave. I want that hammer. Trifle that, because I have a date with a... Yeah, there we go. Give me some constitution. Not good for a fight, though. Oh, come on, man. Trifle that. No, I'm not stealing it. Can't steal from her for shit. No, stop trifling her. Right, dwarves. I have to say, with all due respect, well done. Right, the dwarves. Oh yes, I saw the whole thing. The whole thing? So that's how you handle them, by resolving it with a few kind words? We'll say that that's not impressive on its own, human. I said what I had to say. No blood spilled. Mission complete. Yes, I suppose this was the cleanest solution. You've done a really great service to the Oscani Reed's Trading Company today. And on the topic of payment, she hands you a pouch of silver coins, which she could have pilfered, but I will not turn it down. Thank you. She gives you a kind smile. May Earth smile upon you. And do visit our trading post down in Water Lane if you have time. I would love to see you there. What a kind lady. Maybe she isn't so bad after all. I love the wisdom of failures. Like, she's very good and very nice. Me love work, woman. Maybe you could convince her to wrestle you in the future. Well met, Agent Vera. Same to you, cleric. Now it's just you alone in the circle square. Quest complete. Leave. All right, cool. We did a thing. Actually, what did I see down here? Is this like an imp or a devil or something? What the hell? Oh, nice roll on the strength. Braxo Pencil Wing. He's a devil, level 2 scribe, lawful evil. I don't know that have I seen alignment before? Interesting. Surprisingly content hard worker. He has a nested interest in the current regime. Devils used to be allowed in the city only on work visas, so he could have served for several decades. Somehow you just know this devil would gladly organize a mass genocide against non-humans in this city. This is no ordinary imp. His stature position implies a former rank, a greater devil. What kind of game is he playing? Well, that's interesting. Huh. All right. Well, let's have a chat. What's the worst going to happen? Have a chat with a devil. Raise your head towards the sky. Above you sits a tiny red creature. His wings flutter faintly in the wind. He's just a little guy with wings reading his little newspaper. The fiend throws a quick glance your way. He's annoyed. Staring at a piece of paper, he does not acknowledge your presence. Hello, I'm from local government. And I'm basing this on the fact that he's lawful evil. So me just asking him pointless questions, but if I say government, that implies authority, and devils and lawful evil go together with authority. So let me just try this. Sigh escapes the fiend's maw. He slowly puts down the paper. I paid my taxes. You can move on. You can always pay more. I'm not from the tithe house. You're not, the fiend says and glares at you. Wait, he says, leaning in to get a look at you. Uthgard, cleric? How's you doing here? Divine mission, the usual. Very well, I won't get in your way. I, for one, am very happy for your presence. This place has gone downhill since the city let goblins and free striders run amok. I need some damn order in this place. Wise words. So if you need legal advice, just let me know. He gives you a sharp, tiny smirk. Maybe I should have engaged him about this whole mess with the dwarves earlier. You should be aware of the fact that this is literally a devil. Devil, lawful evil fiend. They are lawyers, soul traders, and either the most efficient types of leaders or the worst type of middle managers. Their numbers are dwindling as late, but in Blood City Bay, they still rule supreme. The most populated city around the coast, really. Built on the corpse of a terrible Gregorian the Great, and terrible, a sprawling mess of wooden walkways and buildings carved out of the calcified remains. Once famous for its fleet of airships deployed during the Coast War, now known as the origin of the Industrial Revolution, and while New Thazen has overtaken it as the leader of manufacturing, it still stands as one of the most industrious city-states. A good little devil. Don't take advice from a parasite. Oh yeah, I could have engaged him. Hear about the tea shop? Yes, of course. Pretty hard to miss when flying past Olstead. What's your take? It blew up. Not sure what else you want to hear. Why do you think it blew up? Honestly, I haven't seen a blast zone like that since the Coast War. You didn't hear from me, but this little for sure is helping you out of self-interest, surely. Be careful, yeah? The scorch marks look like those from a fireball. But not the kind you get from a trigger-happy pit fiend. We're talking high-level wizard stuff. Fireball, through the levification, causes fire to emerge at given points, spreading with a 20-foot radius, filling up an available space. Yes. And honestly, the filling up of available space is something that a lot of modern iterations of D&D like to forget about. If you haven't had to calculate the volume of a room to see if you would get snuffed out by a fireball, then you're not playing D&D properly. There, rant over. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Pit fiends are known to cast third level fireballs at will. Be careful, cleric. Powerful forces are at work here. Thinking about it for a few more seconds makes it clear to me that it's all a big cover-up. It'll be the first time a city-trained spellcaster goes on a little off the hinge. There's corruption in every system, even in the great city of Norvik. You must root out that corruption. Cleanse the city. Other than that, not to be self-incriminating or anything, but could be a fiend or an elemental. I mean, waterling his shipments from Kargamesh, or the 8 bands of the coast, the land of vast Zarek, shrublands and deserts, famous for its underground cities and oasis kingdoms, home of elementals, halflings, and many of the plains touched in between. I like it already. Also, wait one for Zarek, please. I'll be right back. Okay, xeric means an environment that's very dry or arid. So yeah, I did not understand that before. Obviously, contextually, I understood what it meant, but now I have added xeric to my own lexicon, so I feel smarter for doing so. Very cool. All right. Who knows? A fiend, huh? Don't look at me like that. Worst thing I could do is turn into a bat, an abnormally handsome bat, of course. But I'd suggest having a chat with the owner of the tea shop. Who knows what feathers were ruffled? He gives you an ominous chuckle. What about alignment? Ah, yes, the overrules of morality. Norvik does not moralize over alignment officially, nor do most city-states across the coast. And you, being a devil, are... But why? Look, really, I'm no expert. If you want one of those, I suggest heading down to Water Lane. Scholar Appledent has an office there. He'll be sure to indulge you. He cackles and squints at you. That halfling's got one hell of a green leaf. You catch my drift, so be careful not to catch any bad ideas from him, you hear? You a barrister? A tiny barrister? No, I have no legal position within the city. I'm a fairly knowledgeable in the magistrate's code. Magistrate 5 rules of 5 districts. Yeah. So he works with city law. Ask him for details. He shows you a foul grin. So what type of work do you do? If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, he says and smirks. So what do you do? Me, I do scribing most days. Got some connections with the palace, and believe me, phew, that's got me through some tough times. See, whenever some rich asshole needs a legal draft in a hurry, who do they send for? The guy with the wings, that's who. He does paperwork, then he must be highly knowledgeable in law. Yes, honorable. Always on call, huh? For sure, but I get around quick. What do you do in your spare time? Calligraphy. Yes, okay, so we're fine. A true man knows the value of lettering. Oh, and I do love me some reading. Gaining access to the Darwinian library changed my life. Who are you voting for in the upcoming election? What am I voting for? Same as you. The little devil says laugh the good guys. And that means the city, duh. The elites are quite literally feeding my trove at this point. You don't think I'd vote for someone to topple them? Voting in self-interest is anyone reasonable to do. Wise choice. Gotta vote for the little guy, eh? He lets out an evil cackle. What a nice guy. Anyway, you wanted something else? Done. I've asked everything I wanted to. He throws up his little arms in the air. It's over, by the gods. What does the law have to say on resurrections? One hell of a question. He smirks for a while. Active resurrections aren't illegal. They're just not available anymore. Why are they available? Well, no divine resurrection spells. Since the death of Urth, there have been no documented instances of successful resurrections above 3rd level. Ooh, I see. Not available. Figured a cleric would know better than me, but spells over 4th and 5th level are rarely seen these days. If you want to know why, go pray. Your God grants you magic, and his wisdom he only grants higher power when needed. In your lifetime, it has not been needed a lot. After Urth died, it's been a bit hard even for top-ranking clerics to manage higher-tier magic. At least, if you believe what the rumors at the tower, which you should. And what about low-level resurrections? There's Revivify, that's it. High-ranking officials love having clerics around for this one spell. Bunch of pussies. Are you legally considered alive after resurrection? Yes, for all intents and purposes, you are alive. Undeath, on the other hand, would be a very different affliction. Necromancy is not just undeath, but all undeath is necromancy. Fair enough. And how is that defined? As long as the necromancy is considered of divine origin and the soul is returned to a healthy body, then it's considered as a normal resurrection. If the origin is more black magic shit, as they say, or some kind of corpse animation, then it would be considered as bodily sacrilege. And that's a top-tier criminal offense. How top is it? Oh, it's up there. Does death absolve your crimes? Now you're asking real questions. But no, it does not. There's been actual law signed in old kingdoms over this shit. He leans in looking excited. He looks so happy to go on about this subject. Good for him. So, classic story, all right? A real bad guy is caught murdering his neighbor. Real sick shit. He's executed after a quick trial. Justice wins again. Everyone's happy. But surprise, some holy man raises him up a couple months later. Holy man or foul necromancer. Two sides of the same coin. In this situation, the bad guy did technically pay for his crimes. His life was taken by the state. Just because somebody gave it back to him doesn't change that fact, right? Well, people weren't too happy about that, as you can imagine. Thus, the common legal term these days for capital punishment is DIP. Death in perpetuity. Interesting. Well, suck on that, Jon Snow. Stands for death in perpetuity. Kind of funny when you think about it. I follow the law. Good. Then you're better than most, he says, and winks. So to keep criminals DIP, most states tend to hide, lock up, or simply burn corpses and spread the ashes using non-resurrectable methods. So a properly DIP dead guy shouldn't be able to return without the use of some miraculous ninth level spell, which obviously these days isn't too likely. Does a murder still count if the victim is resurrected? He thinks about that question for a bit. There's been cases. Heard of a man stabbed at a bar fight, bled out just in time for a drug cleric to arrive, cast Revivify, and the bloke lived. Stabber ended up being charged with a major transgression of personal well-being. And that's not murder per se, but I'd argue it had more to do with the fellow's barrister making it clear to the judiciary that there was no killing intent. So not an accident, but not a murder. Just a brawl got too far, but that'd be hard to sell if the victim wasn't breathing. This is very complicated. Gods would be good if I ever come across something like that. But in most cases, I'd say yes. So don't go around murdering folk and revivifying them, cleric. It would be a waste of a spell slot, yes. Thank you, intelligence. I really do like you. Would be kind of funny, but don't. That's all I want to ask about resurrections. Did you give me any free legal advice? Yes, I'll gladly assist a member of the Earth Guard any day. Just ask. What about Charm Person? Charm Person, yes. Such a fascinating spell. There's also, yeah. Can you tell me what the legal implications of Charm Person now that I used it like 5 minutes ago against a door that's gonna be pissed? Of course, all spellcasters are required to be registered in Norvik. It's the same in all non-completely chaotic city-states. There are certain spells that are just not allowed at all, like Fireball is a popular example. But Charm Person is, despite its devilish mind control, legal. If it's cast by a registered cleric or a city-hired interrogating mage, private entities are not allowed to learn or cast it, although I can promise you, many still do. Good to know. Indeed. I have questions about a PPG. Take the experience, thank you. Permission at public gathering? Yeah, I think I know what you're getting at. He throws a look over his shoulder. He's aware of the dwarves' plight. He finds the dwarves as annoying as you do. The Asgard dwarves got an expired PPG. Expired, huh? Strange. Why is that strange? Just seems like a strange mistake. Asgolists are known for many things, but making a mistake like that isn't one of them. I don't know, it just seems strange. If the dwarves got an expired document, they should leave. They have no legal right to be there. How long does it take to get a PPG? Yeah, a week, depending on your contacts and your pouch. Interesting. Okay. Citizen, nod and leave. He's an affordable. What a nice little man. Bed in the earth, you find weather-beaten stone in the shape of a spiral. Its edges are worn down, smooth almost, and behind you lies the head of once a snail statue. Whatever god of symbolism this once denoted, time has ground it down. It's a monument to nothing now. There's something here, but can you understand its purpose? But can you understand it yet? Its purpose. Touch the surface. It's cold. Your hand runs across the stone, finding it more coarse than you thought. The ridges spiral even smoother, but they are not all coarse. What's more, you do feel an outline of script, symbols. Your fingers trace them faintly along the spiral shell of the snail. The symbols do not mean anything to you. If you could comprehend languages, you could understand the script by touching it. Leave the monument. So that seems to be an ongoing thing, getting comprehend languages. Another Shrine of Urth. No, like I got 2 spells left. I don't need to do anything right now. Oh, Citizen, are you okay? Can't even click on this person. Constitution. Crawl inside now. Had a smaller companion, you'd be able to ask them to crawl inside, perhaps. I'm not going to crawl inside. That tells you otherwise. I'm done here. Oh. Yes, please. Another shard. Hello. Behold Snell, a named person. Interesting. We'll try Dex and we won't. Oh, well, gosh, a natural 20. There we go. Look at that. Forest Goblin, level 3 rogue, neutral good. This goblin gets shits done no matter the odds. I like him. Highly competent, but with a craving for validation. Just look at the way he dresses himself. Doesn't work for himself or any ideal. This goblin devotes his life for his lady, no different from a religious nut. A lone wolf, cares too much, won't get anybody to get close. Old trauma, got rejected, family trouble, who knows. Interesting. I don't know how I'm picking this up by making one dexterity roll that I happen to get lucky on, but it's interesting. All right, so no, it's not really a tragic backstory, but you get it now. He's a yearner, the type that hopelessly threw himself into his work for the sake of some greater good, an idealist, a romantic, in the most goblin sense of the word. Self-sacrificing, dreaming, there's a twinkle in his eyes you catch sometimes, a string attached to his destiny, one with a few phrases. Maybe you could trust him, maybe he could be, a friend. Is this my goblin companion? Sir. And a goblin standing at the tip of Tolstad. His clothes are fit for a Reedsian trader, and his haircut is fit for an Ascani nobleman. A superficial fellow. A little weasel. Guess. You're the cleric. Cleric, yes. Yes, I am the cleric. That's me. I was looking tired and annoyed. You lean a little further into being a cleric, choosing this class 2 times. Oh, I didn't know that was a class choice. I'm Snell, runner and handler of the HWBT. Old lady's been waiting for you. So old lady must be his chieftain, the matriarch of the tribe. Should greet him properly, give him a traditional goblin salute. Yes, salute him. Right, time to mingle with the lesser cultures. One of these goblin salutes would indeed be perfect here. Squat down. Hello, goblin. No, that sounds really bad. Nice to meet you, Snell. Perform a traditional goblin salute. You raise your arms in the air as one with greeting an uncivilized tribe goblin. He's being charmed, of course. Eric, what are you doing? Goblin is clearly confused. Explain it to him. Your hands a little. Not feeling it? The goblin does not respond as he raises his arms. He simply stares at you. His expression speaks of pain. Player, please stop it. Oh no. You feel great shame. Scouring your mind, it becomes clear that these goblins, in fact, do not have a cultural salute. What you do remember, however, is this salute from old Earthfolk play, wherein goblins were played by green-painted humans who ran around with their arms in the air. Oh no, their arms. Goblin clears his throat. Goblin looks around. Oh, I took a damage point because I did a racism, trying to be nice. The goblin clearly struggling to find their words. Oh, I didn't even make it soon. Goblin's clearly nervous due to being around your enormous masculine aura. Okay, right. Head down to the garden throne, but what's with all this? You look like human shit. He's insulting you. Everyone has an opinion. This distasteful dress choice of this goblin sure looks like shit as well. I died and was reborn. Now that's a good excuse. He laughs and motions down the stairs. Just dust yourself off. The dragon's waiting, and trust me, you don't want to disappoint her. Tell me more about this lady. Sure, for starters, she's the most powerful woman in Norvik. And considering that there was an explosion yesterday right in the middle of her territory, I think it's about time you do your damn job, cleric. Rude, but on a holy mission, you cannot rush such things. Is she spooky? Yeah, real scary. Insult her and she'll bite your head off. Then she'll scorch your corpse to dust. Jest, I'm sure. He laughs and crosses his arms. But seriously, she will fuck you up if you annoy her. All right, lead on. Good. Just make it perfectly clear some ground rules. Don't say anything stupid. Don't climb the trees. Stay away from the edges, and enjoy the garden, cleric. Goblin scurries down the stairs. He seems to be in a hurry. She's just another warlord fighting over scraps. Don't let her get to you. You look out over the river. The cold Ascani wind seeps through the cracks of your helmet. Earth be blessed. He will always be with you. Follow him down the stairs. And I will do so, but that's where we're going to end this one once I do. We're going to end it here, and then we're going to pick this up next time when I actually go down the stairs and get on with the main quest. Last time I ran a little long. I went over an hour. This time I'm trying to stay respected and stay just under. So thank you again for joining me. This is fun. I really like this game. I really like the interactions we had. Some of the dice rolls are total bullshit, but that's what happens when you're playing a D20 system, and that's how it happens sometimes. But I'm glad that we were able to burn a spell slot to resolve a quest, get a little bit of XP, and be able to advance the plot a little bit and meet some of the factions and kind of like get into the world a little bit. So that sounds good. Is this our experience bar? Yeah. So we should be leveling up here pretty soon too, which should be interesting because we'll actually go to level 2 and see how that translates. Anyway, I'll wrap it up here, and we'll see you next time.